I finally take these out. Welcome to Jurassic Room, guys. Take this down. So anyway, we are here discussing a ton of stuff. I literally just reacted to the Jurassic World Evolution 2 Gamescom thing that just released, showing off Ichthyosaurus and Pteranodon. So that's pretty cool. Check out the previous video if you want to see my reaction to it. But in this video, we are going to be discussing all of the new information regarding Jurassic stuff. Hopefully nothing else new comes out. I just refreshed. Nope. First Kingdom, 9 Years Shadows, Far Changing Tides, Balsa Model, and yeah, that's it. So anyway, let's get on to our Jurassic news. Who knows, we've had so much information stuff. As far as we know, tomorrow's Friday, we could end up getting a Camp Cretaceous Season 4 trailer. That's what I said in the last video. So, number one, we have a dev diary, or technically I think it's a dev diary. But it discusses what to do with researchers and staff, how to be careful with these. They each have their own special tools and what they can do, as well as managing them. You want to make sure that you keep them rested and whatnot and keep them happy. Otherwise, they will cause sabotage in your parks. And that's what that basically discusses and runs down. And by the way, from here on, for a while, we're going to be talking about Jurassic World Evolution 2. And it's going to be like very end of other Jurassic stuff. Next on the list, we have some creature profiles. We had Dimorphodon. As y'all can see, we had Dimorphodon for a little while. We also had Pteranodon, which is pretty cool. We already knew, but it was cool to see Dimorphodon finally. We're finally going to see those little guys after Jurassic World and also after Camp Cretaceous, because we got them in that too. But the coolest new species that we've seen, and if I don't show the pictures, they'll be like the videos themselves of the creature profiles. But the coolest new species that they have chosen to put in Jurassic Evolution 2 is a relatively new discovered species called Kenchusaurus. And it's a type of tyrannosaur, an Asian tyrannosaur, kind of a medium-sized theropod. Wicket, stop that. Stop that. No, this is uncomfortable. But it's also called the Pinocchio Rex because of its long, slender jaw. So it's pretty cool because that's a really, really, like, it was only discovered, you know, talked about only a few years ago. I remember when it was first discovered, the Pinocchio Rex, Kenchusaurus. So it's cool that it's coming into Jurassic World Evolution. This is really going to be its first ever, like, mainstream appearance. So that's really, really cool. Next, we do have, I'm going to be discussing, like, different Jurassic stuff that, basically, different stuff that I just pulled out of the woodwork for this game, as well. Sorry if you see a little movement there, but here, got Figaro way up right here. But okay, because a lot of people were making videos. Everything's Riot made a video, Gaming Beaver made a video. I think Swerve made videos, but he did not play the game. And Best Slot, of course, made videos, and I watched as much as I could to get the download of everything I could to put in this video. So the first thing is how aquatics work. So basically you lay down a lagoon. You don't really have a pre-built lagoon. You have just lagoons that you set down, sort of like the aviaries, and you can make them as big as you need. And you can set in your aquatic animals, and you can release multiple of them at once. But to the point, with aquatics you have also medium, small, and large, I think is how it goes. But you have mainly the Mosasaurus, which is like the top predator as far as we know. And we also got to see the Plesiosaurus. You can see the Plesiosaurus picture too. And they look like little, you know, very snake-like head, very scales around the face like a snake. So it's cool that we got to see those two species. And of course, in the recent release trailer, we got to see the newest aquatic species, which is Ichthyosaurus. So that was pretty cool that we got to see Ichthyosaurus as well. I got so much. Let me actually add that to the list. And that is pretty much how aquatics work. Okay, so I kind of lost my train of thought there, so I kind of clipped for a little bit. So Plesiosaur, Mosasaurus is what the one they got to play with originally. We actually got to see Riot got some cool, a cool video of, or footage of the Mosasaur eating a Plesiosaur, and it basically engulfs the Plesiosaur just whole, and it's pretty awesome to watch. Like, different people got different footage I'll try and talk about individually. Can you stop that? Seriously? As well as poachers are a thing. One level where you're working with Carnotaurus, it reveals there's a poacher camp, one of the, not a campaign mission, a special, challenge mission. Challenge mission, I believe is what it was. And, some of the dinosaurs are also compatible. We'll get into the dinosaur compatibility in a minute. But there's also a little controversy really around poachers. There's a tweet, I think if I can find the picture I'll post it here, of where it gives you the option to sell a dinosaur to poachers, but it like decreases your park's rating by 25%, but gives you like $10,000, something like that. It's pretty funny because it actually triggered some people on Twitter. It's pretty hilarious. So I'm going to try and work through all this information I have jumbled on here. Okay, that's pretty much how aquatics work. If you want to see more about how the aquatic species work, check out their videos, Gaming Beaver or Best in Slot or Riot. They each kind of handle their own versions with the aquatics. You get fish feeders, you get the shark feeder, of course with the Mosasaur, like in the movie. It has its own little animation for it. So, moving on. Next, we have the newest species for Jurassic World Evolution 2. And the species we saw in the pre-order trailer, as well as the newest released information. We have Mosasaurus. Technically it was already confirmed, but we got to see it finally. Plesiosaurus, Majungasaurus also in there, Struthiomimus, Carnotaurus, so Struthiomimus returning. There are other dinosaurs that we did not see, but we do know now that they are going to be in the game, including Indominus Rex, because Indominus Rex preys upon sauropods, and we got to see, like, sauropods don't like it. So now we know that Indominus Rex is going to be in the game in some capacity. We also see in the very off distance in one picture, Dreadnoughtus returning from Jurassic World Evolution 1, as well as we were just talking about in the trailer for the Gamescom trailer with Jeff Goldblum. Sorry, be simp for our Malcolm Daddy here. We got to see another new species called Pterodactylus, as well as Ichthyosaurus, so 2 other new species. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, I'm trying to remember everything. We also got to see Tropiognathus yesterday in the pre-order trailer. So a lot of new species, and I'll go over in a minute the full confirmed list. Actually, I need to add those really fast. Okay, added. So, moving on. Let's see. Okay, Kenchusaurus. Full list, Carno. Okay. Also, another little tidbits. We also get stuff like handlers getting hurt. Like, they're different little things that like payouts. Kind of like how the Hammond Foundation thing worked in Jurassic Evolution 1. But they're like different scenarios. Like this specific one I saw, I think, in Gaming Beaver's video, where a handler gets injured and it can affect your publicity. Either pay the worker $50,000 and settle it, and it'll make your publicity go sky high, and work on and help your park rating, or say basically spend no money and say they knew the risks of the job when they took it. And it's gonna be tough because sometimes you cannot afford to do something like this, so it's gonna make it a little tricky. It might unnecessarily punish you in the game for choosing not to pay this employee, which kind of sucks in a way, but it's also another little thing to just pop up. Also, another thing that'll come up is the way you use building materials. Either you can sell them off, or you can also keep them, I think, and save them for later for other buildings and whatnot, but that's another little tidbit that was released. Oh, also Compsognathus. The compies are returning. That was from another bit of footage I forgot to mention. Best in Slot, I believe, talked about them. And they were in a little wild area, so wild compies are a thing as well as the wild Triceratops, Brachiosaurus. We saw other wild dinosaurs, as well as another scenario where we see a wild Allosaurus, and there's a cutscene where it chases Owen Grady in a Jeep. You know, it's implied that Owen Grady's in the Jeep. But it chases him off, and that's really your first set of gameplay to show you how capturing dinosaurs can help your park. You don't have to spend money to create them. You can capture them, make an exhibit, and, you know, selling, selling, selling. Sort of like that. But it can also really help your park, especially if you don't want to spend a ton of money and you're just playing the campaign. But it does show that off, and it shows in a really cool way. Through this Allosaurus, we see how it's treated in the medical facilities and so forth. We also learn that it's... Okay, so I'll go ahead and touch upon the dinosaur behaviors. So some animals cannot get along with other animals, like Stegosaurus and Triceratops are not well together. However, dinosaurs like, say, Allosaurus and Carnotaurus can actually go along well together, maybe because they're closer in size and the horns are kind of similar. Something like that, maybe. But they can go along well together. Pretty much any herbivore does not like Dr. Wu hybrids. So Dr. Wu hybrids are also a thing that may come about. More hybrids other than the Indominus Rex. But we also know that specifically some species do not like the Indominus Rex, which is why we know that's going to be in the game. But you had that kind of compatibility with different dinosaurs and different animals. And we know that some animals are going to be very territorial and are going to defend their territories harshly. Even stuff like the Brachiosaurus, which we've discussed previously. So that would be pretty interesting to see a territorial Brachiosaurus. That sounds kind of terrifying. Moving on, we also have the release date, which will be November 9th, 2021. And you can pre-order before that and get some deluxe things. Yeah, if you pre-order, you get the deluxe edition. I'm pretty sure you can buy it afterwards. Don't get all the stuff, just like Jurassic Revolution 1. But the main things that come with the deluxe edition, I'm discussing everything I can that I know of that's on this very jumbled list, as you can see there. So on the deluxe edition, you get different vehicles. Well, for one, if you pre-order, you get like signs and stuff, and signs for like donut shop, sushi, and whatnot. But you also get 5, just like Jurassic Revolution 1, you get 5, excuse me, just ate 2 burritos, 5 deluxe dinosaurs, including Kenchusaurus, which is kind of an odd one because it is a leftover species from Evolution 1, but it's also kind of the lesser dinosaur, so it's kind of odd that it was chosen for a deluxe dinosaur. Oh, not you, go on. But we also get Geostenbergia, as we've talked about before. Pachyrhinosaurus is finally going to be in the game. That's one of my favorite dinosaurs. I can't wait to see it. And it's cool that we're finally getting that dinosaur in Jurassic World Evolution 2. Megalosaurus is another one that we're getting. It's going to be so awesome to finally get Megalosaurus. Because that's such a famous dinosaur and it's really cool. And being a DDX fan myself, we are all going to very much enjoy it. It and its genitals. You heard right, it's an inside joke. If anyone from the Discord can watch this, they'll know what I'm talking about. Megalosaurus nuts. Anyway. The final animal is Attenborough, which is a plesiosaurid. And is of course named after David Attenborough. So it's a cool little reference. It's similar to Crichtosaurus in the first Deluxe Edition DLC. So, moving on from there. Sorry, had to text Granny, and I got him running around. He's a very sweet, lovey-dovey cat, and very destructive when he's lovey-dovey. So, anyway, the 6 vehicle skins that we get, 3 of them, which go for the Jeep, the vet vehicle, and the chopper, are for the InGen and look very similar to those in the Lost World. But we also get variant skins from the DPG, so you get your own little DPG Jeep, your DPG chopper, and your DPG vet vehicle, and they look pretty dang awesome. I actually really like it. And I like the idea that like different organizations help with different things. So, you know, the CIA, as another story point, that some of the characters are working for the CIA and government. Like Dr. Dua, she's working for the CIA, and I think, what's his name? That guy, you probably know who I'm talking about. The main guy, the fun guy. Yeah, his voice sounds like that. He's in there. I think he works for the government as well. But, like, different entities will be taking care of the dinosaurs. We also know that like Fish and Wildlife will also be handling things. Okay, so moving on, the range of vehicles that Kenchusaurus, chopper, 5 extra species. Already talked about the interspecies needs, small, medium, large animals. And as we can expect in the game, there will be at least 70 species, I believe, at launch, or what is being talked about. But here's the pied de resistance, or whatever you say, for this park. We get to learn, we've learned a little bit about the challenge mode. Of course, in challenge mode, you get to build, or you get to work on certain circumstances around the lore of Jurassic Park, or set things straight, kind of like a what-if scenario, similar to the Return to Jurassic Park DLC in Jurassic Revolution 1. But in this one, we will actually get to work on the San Diego Park, and that is one of my favorite DLCs. I can't wait. That's something I always thought would be a cool idea, but we're finally going to get to do it. But we're finally going to get to work on the San Diego Park. It's just, in the trailer, of course, as y'all have seen, it's just the T-Rex roaring in the middle of that Coliseum, and it looks awesome. I cannot wait to explore that. That's one of the biggest things I cannot wait to see in Jurassic World Evolution 2. Moving on, we also got to see that some skins are going to be returning into the game. We don't know how many per se, but we do know some will, due to one of the Velociraptor pictures releasing. We saw a picture of the Velociraptor here, and it shows a Tiger Raptor from the Lost World. So that's really cool that we'll also be getting the original trilogy skins. So maybe we'll get the Raptor Squad, JP3 Raptors, JP1 Raptors, all that so forth again, just like in Jurassic Evolution 1's DLC and whatnot. We also had another video from another YouTuber, I forget who it was, showing off a Pteranodon attacking visitors. They swoop down, they grab a visitor, lift them up a little high, and then drop them to their deaths. And it's pretty insane. And we already talked about the Plesiosaur being eaten by a Mosasaurus. That was cool. And thus far, I think that is everything regarding Jurassic Evolution 2. Like some of the little bit of information I could gather, the dinosaurs, the species, release date, vehicles, how some of the parts of the game works, as far as I can tell, and to the best of my abilities I can explain. But I also highly recommend that you watch Gaming Beaver's video, that you watch Best in Slot and Riot, all of them, to see just how everything works and is put together, and it's probably 10 times better than this video. So, as far as I can tell, that is everything regarding Jurassic World Evolution 2 that I can talk right now. We pretty much discussed everything, and I've also reacted to the Gamescom trailer just now, as well as yesterday reacting to the pre-order trailer. So go check those out. Links in the description or whatever that I can manage. So moving on, we have new Jurassic World information. And we're going to pour through it. So, first things first, this big tidbit of information we just got. Yes, I can. I did get it. So, from Deadline, also 2 things from Jurassic, courtesy of Bryce from Jurassic World Fandom 2, to other discussions regarding what will happen in Jurassic World Dominion. Actually, I'm going to say this to the end because it's spoilery, and I want to leave that to the very end. So we'll talk about the other stuff first, and then we will talk about this footage. So first of all, Jake Johnson sadly won't be returning to Jurassic World Dominion. I think it's from scheduling conflicts and whatnot, so unfortunately he won't be in the game. Our dear Lowry will not be wearing his Jurassic Park shirt, running from a T-Rex or whatever not he was going to do in Jurassic World Dominion. But we are still getting pretty much everyone else, so that's still cool. But, moving on, we also have... Okay, yes. We have some new stock images of different dinosaurs that were released online, and so we'll show these right here. So the first ones we have are for this one that's like a bunch of them. We see the T-Rex model. Looks really cool. Looks pretty much the same. Few differences. The head's a little bulkier and whatnot, but we see the T-Rex. We also see a new Hadrosaur. It's either a new model for a new Parasaurolophus, or there are speculations that it could be Coronosaurus, or I've heard it called Chironosaurus. I've always called it Coronosaurus, and frankly, if it was called Coronosaurus, I think that's actually kind of hilarious. So it's a pretty decent model, but it's your basic Hadrosaur or your basic Parasaur kind of body look to it. Next, we have Blue, looking awesome as she always does. And standing next to her is one of the Atrociraptors named Red. So, and as far as we know, those are the names we'll discuss in a minute. But it's leading me to think that maybe there'll be a thing between Blue and Red. Red and Blue. That's pretty clever. Kudos to you, Colin Trevorrow, for pulling that off. And then in the next picture, as I was talking, we see the whole group of Atrociraptors. Now, we've seen this picture before, but they have names now. These are rumored names, so it's there's also kind of odd. So it really leads me to think that they're real. So you can pinch of salt, but at the same time, it may just be a boulder-sized salt, because I think they're probably real. We see Red in the middle. He seems to be like the main one, the alpha or whatever, as far as we can tell with the other picture. Then we have Tiger next to Ghost, I believe. I think it's Ghost. Tiger with the darker tiger stripes, and Ghost, who is the white one. We've seen Ghost before in different pictures. And Panthera. And Panthera is kind of the blandest one of the bunch. So Tiger, Red, Ghost, and Panthera, and they all look pretty awesome. The Atrociraptor group. Moving on, we also have new picture of an Allosaurus. Frankly, I think it's a male Allosaurus because it looks like it's got a little red on the crest, but it basically looks just like the Battle of Big Rock Allosaurus, but to me it looks like a male. It looks pretty awesome. And then we get an awesome look at the Demon Carnotaurus. This Carnotaurus that we saw in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom that escaped. It's got a broken horn, and it looks a lot like the old Demon Carnotaurus toy from the old Kenner line, and it looks awesome. And I cannot wait to see that thing move around. Next! Actually, I need to pull that up. So, the next bit of information we have is this about the official Jurassic World Cookbook. Now, I don't know when this thing is supposed to be released. We'll have to... Sorry about... So here we have a thing for the Jurassic World of the official cookbook, and it reveals some things about Dominion. Maybe a few spoilers, but dang it, I was trying to leave spoilers for the end, but whatever. We're getting towards the end anyway, and all I got left to talk about is toys, basically. So anyway, it reveals different recipes, and it's pretty cool. Things like the Iguanodon avocado pesto, egg thief omelet, or raptor pack frescas. Frescas? Whatever. So yeah, it kind of talks like that. And a lot of the things we know are going to be in Dominion. The Iguanodon is, of course, in the prologue, as well as the Oviraptor. I think one of them, and it also comes with field glides. The Splash Zone Mosasaurus, and that looks actually very delicious. I'll post pictures. The Ultimate Carnivore Burger, and root vegetable chips. All these actually look incredibly delicious. However, it is very hard for me to... Okay, so we can kind of read a few things. Introduction. Dream to reality, a glossary of common terms, tools, and techniques. Eats for herbivores. So I guess that is the vegetarian stuff. So we have dinosaur kale salad, root vegetable chips, volcanic hummus, iguanodon avocado pesto. Grubs and greens. Don't miss gyrosphere tours. Fruits and leaf salad, field guide brachiosaurus, armored artichoke plates, date drop, field guide gallimimus, fossilized flora pastry puffs, Jurassic fritter, field guide triceratops, spiny fig skewers. Now we're on to carnivore stuff, carnivore country. The Ultimate Carnivore's Burger, Field Guide Tyrannosaurus Rex, Good Hunting Park Belly Sliders, Raptor Worthy Wraps, Field Guide Velociraptor, Skewered Pineapple Park Tacos, Pork Tacos, sorry, Jurassic Dog, T-Rex Kingdom Turkey Leg, Field Guide Carnotaurus, Egg Thief Omelet, Yakitori Spines, Don't Miss T-Rex Kingdom, Marine Meals, Shrimp a la Isla Nublar, Feeding Time Fish Sticks, Field Guide Mosasaurus The Splash Zone, Jurassic Lagoon Crab Cakes, Don't Miss Underwater Observatory and Mosasaurus Feeding Show, Field Guide Plesiosaurus, Coconut Prawns, Black Cod with miso and coconut, rice, and sea foam. So there we have it. That is one of the things as well, is that from this cookbook, we can almost confirm that now, Plesiosaurus will be in Jurassic World Dominion. So, as far as we know, based on the cookbook. So, going on, Cretaceous Cuisine, the Omnivore's Bowl, Corridas de Nublar. I'm sorry, I'm looking very closely at the screen. Field Guide Stegosaurus, Raptor Pack Friscas, Aqua de Aviary, Don't Miss Cretaceous Cruise, the Patient Predator Bowl, Field Guide Baryonyx, Isla Ice, Coconut Fudge, Field Guide Pteranodon, the Junior Paleontologist Menu. Please go on, cat. Go on, shoot. Yeah, go on. Ceratops Pastry Crest, Marshmallow Egg Surprise, Portrait of Sticky Toast, Sauropod Friendly Snacks, Field Guide Sticky Moloch, Raptor Claw Scones, Compy Pack Curly Fries, Amber Lollipop, Hydration Pops, Don't Miss Innovation Center, Popcorn Tail Clubs, Field Guide Ankylosaurus, Three Horn Sundae, A Very Blue Birthday Cake, Don't Miss Gentle Giants Petting Zoo, Dino Track Shortbread Cookies, Gentle Giants Churro Fries, Mount Sibo Volcanic Cupcake, Fossil Dig Pudding, Dinosaur Downtown, King of Steaks, Fossilized Potato Spirals, Winston's Seared Scallops, Don't Miss Main Street, Mesozoic Margarita, Avian Escape, Jurassic Sunset, Isla Nublar Floating Cheesecakes, Measurement Conversation Charts, and About the Authors. And that's all the different recipes from the Jurassic World Evolution or Dominion official cookbook. Sorry, tongue twister, and I'm reading all of this. So that's everything with the Jurassic World official cookbook, and I may do a review on it when it releases. I gotta get that as well as the official art book of the movie, which is supposed to be out in October, I believe. I had to pre-order that as well. So I'm getting both of these, and I'll review them. So moving on from that, here are the toys. So they belong to different sets and whatnot. I'm just going to talk about them. Shringosaurus, Mashikosaurus, Styracosaurus, Monolithosaurus, and a new one, Tanystropheus. We're finally getting a Tanystropheus figure, although the figure is kind of to be desired, frankly. But most of the other dinosaurs are just repaints of ones we've gotten. Except the Shringosaurus, that one's a bit different. We're getting a Kenchusaurus, which is one of those bigger attack figures. We're also getting different Camp Cretaceous sets. We're getting Brooklyn and the Molophosaurus, Darius and the baby Brachiosaurus, and Sammy with the Raptor and Compies. We're also getting a new green Aloe, a green Ceratosaurus, another new Raptor, another Rhamphorhynchus, and another Mononychus. So that's all the toys. And we also got this Reebok sweater, this sweatshirt. What is it called? I don't wear these anymore, so I don't know. But we have these. We also have this picture of a Camp Cretaceous dinosaur baryonyx model. It's just been making its rounds lately. It's from Camp Cretaceous. It's used in marking material, and it still looks cool. Next is this cool little story from Colin Trevorrow, if I can find it. So we have this other news, sorry for the clip, but we just have this other little thing. Jurassic World Dominion's Colin Trevorrow reveals bonkers dinosaur Phil Lord keeps trying to convince him to add. So if you don't know who Phil Lord is, he's like the director of the Lego movie and whatnot. He's apparently friends with Colin Trevorrow. And this is what he had to say. He wants this dinosaur to be a real thing. And this is the tweet from Colin Trevorrow. It's been 6 years of this, Phil Lord. This your last chance to put the Brontosaurus Rex in. Reminder, this is a Brontosaurus with very tiny legs in the front and huge haunches in the back, but it walks on all fours. The long neck just allows its head to be level with its hips. It is very cool. Also, Phil Lord, he also did Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, so a funny little tidbit, funny little story that I wanted to add. Next up, guys, we have Jurassic World Beijing just opened, and it looks phenomenal. Like the statues, everything looks so cool. I'll throw up some pictures here. The place looks awesome, and the ride is like so much better than the American version. It is so cool. Like, it's basically the same thing. It does not have a Mosasaurus on it, per se, you know, which is a little disappointing, but everything else is cool. When you enter the ride, you see an overlook of Jurassic World, like the valley or whatever, with different buildings, and the Brachiosaurus. You move on, you see the Indominus Rex, you see the Ankylosaurus, and they move you along, and it looks like the Indominus Rex is actually chasing you. And then we see the T-Rex in blue and raptors and Dilophosaurus. And it all culminates in a final battle, the Main Street battle. We see the Raptor Pack being released by Owen, and Claire releases the T-Rex, and it's cool to see the Raptor Pack all swarming the Indominus. It's pretty cool. Claire throws a flare at it, distracts the Indominus, T-Rex knocks it over, and an animatronic Indominus Rex falls down, implying that it dies from the fall or whatnot. And that's the end of the ride. If you want a video, I'll link it down in the description below to Jurassic Unicast. I believe they posted a video of it, and it looks pretty dang awesome. And it looks even cooler than the one we got in the States. So maybe Orlando will make a cooler version like Beijing, because it looks positively awesome. Next bit of information is that Jurassic World Aftermath Part 2 is releasing September 30th, 2021. I don't know about Part 1. I talked about this in my previous reaction to it that I talked about or whatnot. But it's coming. It's coming next month. So there you had that. And now the final bit of information, which is spoilery, so if y'all don't want to know what happens, then go ahead and check it out. Thanks for watching, so forth. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to finally touch upon this tidbit of information right here. This part is courtesy of Deadline. This little snippet here I got from Instagram. And it regards a special screening at the Caesars Coliseum Theater. And Universal showed off, I think this was CinemaCon, and they showed off a 90-second glimpse at Jurassic World Dominion. And here's what we have to learn from it. Chris Pratt's Owen Grady galloping after dinosaurs in a snowy mountain landscape, Bryce Dallas Howard's Claire Deering being chased by them on European rooftops, and a legacy trio of Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, and Laura Dern returning. Some of the images from the beach is real. Being presented from Jurassic World Dominion, while the studio focused on their slate up until March 2022. They gave the crowd here at the Caesars Coliseum Theater a glimpse at the June 10th, 2022 release, which closed out the Michael Crichton and Steven Spielberg created dinosaur franchise. This movie asks a single question: what if dinosaurs lived among us? Would we be safe? Says Dominion director, filmmaker Colin Trevorrow. Now here, I have this from Bryce, courtesy of Bryce from Jurassic World Fandom 2. And it has two parts. And I've heard these from other sources, so I'm going to go ahead and include these right here, because they sound very similar to everything else I've read. So here. The first image was a pair of Brachiosaurus being led by a bunch of vehicles in what looked like a snowy-covered quarry. So Brachiosaurus, maybe they mean Apatosaurus. It just depends, but snow. Later, still in that snowy setting, Owen Grady is riding Chris Pratt is riding a motorcycle trying to chase down some dinosaurs. There are scenes of Ellie Sattler, Laura Dern trapped in a cage reminiscent of the one from the beginning of the first film. Water is pouring in. There is also a shot of her in a very sunny, well-lit lab. The Mosasaurus from Jurassic World jumps out of the water to eat something, and this is implied that it's a helicopter from other people. A Dilophosaurus. Dilophosaurus is officially returning to Jurassic World, guys. Jurassic World Dominion, we're finally getting Dilophosaurus back. Dilophosaurus confirmed. A Dilophosaurus screams and unleashes its mane, or frill. The T-Rex is seen rampaging, of course. It says that it's in a city, but they might mean just the drive-in theater. We see someone holding a flare, a Triceratops smashing against a Jeep, shots of Alan Grant, Sam Neill, and Ian Malcolm, Jeff Goldblum, and then shots of all the stars from both series looking up at something reminiscent of the lightning from the T-Rex attack in the first film. Most interestingly, though, were some scenes in what looked like a European city, that being most likely Malta. We see Claire Deering, Bryce Dallas Howard, jumping between buildings while she's being chased by what looked like a velociraptor, so this will be the Atrociraptor group. A scene of Claire and Owen Grady jumping down into an ancient tomb, and then a shot of Grady again on a motorcycle, zipping through some cobblestone streets, chasing what again was probably a raptor. Basically, it looked like the action scenes from Indiana Jones, Jason Bourne, and James Bond, but with dinosaurs. And this is the other part. This is kind of bouncing off of what the previous one said. This is from different people who got to see it. The movie will ask the question, if dinosaurs lived amongst us, would we be safe? Trevorrow explains the answer is no. A Mosasaurus emerges from the ocean to eat an entire helicopter. A raptor runs across the building top. A T-Rex is in the city. Stunts, falling, vehicles flipping. Sam Neill and the entire cast face to face with a T-Rex in the woods. There's a lot of footage of Neill, Goldblum, Dern, Pratt, Howard, and more all together. The dinosaurs are brilliantly brought to life, seemingly combining modern visual effects with practical opportunities to have a created T-Rex on the set and in camera. So a robotic T-Rex, I think, is what we're getting from that. That is pretty awesome because we're also getting a robotic Giganotosaurus. It was colorful, thrilling showing. Of the film. Chris Pratt's Owen Grady galloping after dinosaurs in a snowy mountain landscape. Bryce Dallas Howard's Claire Dearing being chased by them on European rooftops, and the legacy of trio of Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, and Laura Dern returning. These are some of the images presented, so forth. So what? And that is everything, guys. That is the complete leak of that screening. Dilophosaurus is returning to Jurassic World, the Jurassic World franchise, in Dominion. So that's all the information I have gathered from every source, and plus everything we've gotten the past week. I'm losing my voice. And I got places to go, guys. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed all the information I tried to gather for y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the cat sleeping in the background and all the animal interruptions, and this is going to be a nightmare to edit tonight. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Let's hit that 10,000 subscriber mark and check out the previous reactions I've been making. Been having a lot of fun making videos lately with the Spider-Man trailer dropping, more stuff from Jurassic Revolution 2, and now this Dominion footage leak. It's pretty awesome. So thanks, guys, for watching. Simp for the Malcolm Daddy. And I think that's going to be a new thing on the channel now. Hashtag Simp Malcolm Daddy. And Megalosaurus balls. So anyway, that's an inside joke. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. And please, dear Lord, let no more information come out at this time. Please let there not be tomorrow a teaser for Camp Cretaceous Season 4. But anyway...